Yo, what is going on, homies? It's your boy Stumped back for another OPTC video, and in today's video, we're taking a look at the 10-star KIZUNA with two different variations for each particular color to take down this particular KIZUNA. I've got a bunch of different videos coming out for this particular piece of content. I had the Marco teams and the one team versus all. I'll leave links to all that in the description below. They should all be going live at the same time, so go check them out. Help you guys building teams with this particular event, as this is the anniversary KIZUNA, and it's a good time to gather your friends, gather your alliance, and build up a lot of rewards, and have a lot of fun with the game. However, this 10-star KIZUNA is actually very, very annoying. So I thought I'd put a couple extra teams together for you guys, just to get out there, and if you guys use them, it might give you some ideas, and it might help, it might not, but look, I thought I would get it out for you guys anyway. So this is the infographic. Shout out to the Twitter, link in the description as always. Make sure to go check them out, hit them up with a follow. But with that said, let's take a look at the teams that I've put together for you guys. Alright, so the first fight is against the strength variation. Free spirits and slashes get their cooldowns. All these teams use a friend captain Zoro. Well, most of them do. Battle 2, there's the grifters. They run away after the first turn. You have 5 turns of special bind and unfavorable orbs. There's full immunity, percent damage, so you take a 10% HP cut. 5 turns of despair after sockets. 5 turns of paralysis. A T&D orb barrier for 2 turns. You only have to hit with 1, and then the despair becomes 6 turns, the paralysis becomes 6 turns, and then the enemy can turn into either a dex or a strength character after level 31. So the first team looks a little bit like this. It's led by our boy, Red Rock Luffy. Red Rock Luffy is really, really good because he is a super type that will help out if the enemy stays strength. But not only that, his super type will actually give you a chain boost, so when you activate Sabo on stage 2, you can actually get the 3 turns of the chain boundary. So you get the 1.5 chain addition. Sabo then gives you the chain boundary. You also move the special one with Sabo, and it works out super hunky-dory, right? On the final stage, this particular lore is so freaking good. He covers you for basically everything you need to worry about, namely the paralysis. But he's really, really good in some other variations as well. So note this lore down because he's exceptional. He removes 5 turns of paralysis, and then you can use the Sanji support on Zoro. You can use Rayleigh as well on Luffy. That'll work fine. But the Sanji support on this Zoro is actually going to remove 2 turns of despair as well as 2 turns of paralysis. So that's really, really nice. You get paralysis, you get despair. So the combination of that and the lore just cover you for both of those effects. You have the waifus as well. They can remove more paralysis, but they're basically just here for color affinity. With the friend captain Zoro, you have an attack boost, and then Luffy's then your orb boost for free spirits. This team should work out quite well. You should have a tandem or a Wano orb on this particular Luffy, as he increases the recovery orbs, and then with tapping with what's it called, Zoro as a friend captain, you should easily get a Wano orb for this particular Luffy. Otherwise, you could probably put another like support that could give tandem orbs or something like that. You know what you could do, actually? You could use Usopp, the 20th anniversary Usopp. That's going to give you recovery orbs, and then you tap with Zoro on stage 2, and then you're going to like have that covered. So that's the first team, and this is the second team. So if you guys did some summons and you pulled Luffy Yamato and you have Oden Toki, this team's actually really, really cool. I've built it around slashes because Zoro is a slasher boost as well as free spirit. But Luffy Yamato, they cover you for your orb boosting, which is awesome. You can also get color affinity with their switch. However, Oden and Toki are going to be the real big one here. Oden and Toki cover you for everything on the final stage that you need to worry about. They can either be strength or quick, so it doesn't matter on the variants. And they remove despair and paralysis. Not only that, but they're a color affinity booster for slashes, which Zoro gets, like, if you do get in him in his Enma state, you are going to have super effective against all types. But if he's not, you're versing strength anyway, so you have super effective against there. On top of that, you get the resistance for slashes, which is great. Cracker, because your captain is a striker and free spirit, is going to give you a chain boost and a color affinity boost. I'm pretty sure you give a color affinity boost, if I remember correctly. I haven't used this Cracker in forever. Yes. Color affinity boost to slashes and a chain boost as well. Always fun. Once again, we can use Usopp on this particular Luffy Yamato. That's going to give us recovery orbs on stage 2. To get around the special bind, we have the Cat Viper and the Raizo combination. I chose Cat Viper because he's a slasher. He's a treasure map rare recruit, I know. But you could use literally anyone else that can remove 5 turns of special bind. Not a worry there. And then finally, we've got Zoro and Sanji. Again, another slasher unit. They give Chain Boundary, which is a lot of fun. They give increased damage taken as well, but that's not why they're here. So they're the two versus strength teams. Now we can move on to the quick fight. Dex and quick characters get their cooldowns, and on stage 2, you get binded on your top and bottom row for 5 turns after sockets. You get a full board of recovery orbs, and they are treated as unfavorable. On the final stage, the boss attacks every 2 turns, and you can only do 50% of the damage. So this is why you really want to bring a friend, Captain Zoro. Get into that Enma state. Hopefully they give you the cooldown for this, because like it's going to be very challenging to do that. But with getting a full board of recovery slots, you can just sort of bink your way through this and then just turn them all into one slots. The grifters do run away after 1 turn, so like you can use Zoro to go turn all those recovery orbs into Wano slots for the final stage. However, you're not gonna have the Enma gauge built up by that particular point, so it's a little bit annoying, but you can still burst it over 2 turns. Like that is still something that you guys can do. To get around the bind, we have Ace and Sabo, and then on the final stage, to get around the defense up resilience, we have we have the Roger unit, and then we have color affinity with Koala, chain boundary with Whitebeard, and if we do need to take more than if we're struggling with the 2 turns, we can easily use the Straw Hat Crew special. They give a 2-turn attack and orb boost special. They have a final attack which works really, really nicely too, but Zoro's also an attack booster. We have the orb boost of Sabo and Ace as well, like carrying into the final stage. So we should be pretty hunky-dory here. I don't really see us having too many issues with this particular fight. You can also switch with a Sabo to get color affinity and then use their special as well. So that's the first team. And this is the second. I kind of went a little bit balls to the wall with this team. I thought about this way too hard, honestly. Like, I don't know why I put so much effort into this team, but using a friend Captain Zoro, we have Luffy as our orb booster. Ace can remove some bind. Cap Viper on Chopper can remove some bind. That works out really, really nicely. We have the new Sanji. He's going to become our captain. That's always going to be fun for the super class. We have chain shenanigans with him. Works out really, really nicely. We have more chain shenanigans with Ashura Zoro with his tap timing and his 1.5. Provided you've got a tandem orb on your captain. So make sure to use Sanji first, and then you can use Luffy. You can pop the Luffy superclass on turn 2 as well. That's going to help you kill nice and easily there. But we are going to have a full board of recovery orbs there, so you want to kind of get rid of that. And to do that, I'm just going to use the Verse Yamato special. Verse Yamato is just going to give us tandem and Wano orbs. That's going to be really, really nice. We don't need to attack boosters on the final stage, so using her here is going to be really, really nice because she gives us the damage reduction conversion to attack boost, which is very, very valuable. So this team should do a lot of damage, honestly. Like, it should do absolute bits. However, it's not a 2-turn bursting sort of team. So that could be an absolute issue for the actual team as well. So it all just depends on how that Enma gauge looks and the cooldowns that you get for it for this particular fight. And the final variation is the Psy variation. Now, this team uses an ALBER friend captain, because this one's a little bit interesting. Free Spirits and Driven get their cooldowns, and on stage 2, that's 5 Tens of Despair after sockets and a full board of block orbs. The enemy on the final stage puts up 5 Tens paralysis. You have a Wano orb barrier for 1 Wano orb. You get paralysis slots, and then after level 31, you get extra turn of paralysis, so 6 turns. And then the type slots become super block. So super interesting that they become super block when they're already paralysis orbs, and paralysis orbs can't be changed unless you use paralysis remover. So I don't understand how this is going to collate in terms of turning the paralysis orb into super block, but look, we'll have to wait and see when the content actually drops. As for the extra bit, if you don't have full HP, the enemy is going to apply an intimidation debuff for attack boost, type effect boost, and addition to the chain multiplier. So very, very annoying stuff there. So what I plan on doing here is using Big Mom and then Pudding. Big Mom is going to give us healing, provided we kill units. So we're going to have the 2 grifters so we can heal there. But Big Mom's actually going to give us a bunch of tandem orbs as well, which is really, really cool. And then with Sasaki, we can remove the Despair. We have the custard support to lock our tandem slots, which is going to work out super nicely, as we are going to be utilizing... we're going to use the ALBER super type. That's going to give us a full board of Wano slots. Big Mom can rotate these two, but like for the meantime, we're just going to be rocking with the Wano slots. Custard support helps us lock them, and we're pretty much hunky-dory from there. For the final stage, the idea is to use Queen, and then use ALBER, and then use Kaido, to then use ALBER and Big Mom again. So, this team should do disgusting damage. It's just very annoying that they have the Intimidation debuff on a 10-star. I just don't like it at all. And honestly, there's probably bigger damage teams that you can do. The idea of this wasn't big damage. It's just an idea of just, like, getting it done. But, like, if you guys are missing these batch characters, like most of these, like, the rare recruits that I'm talking about, and stuff like Zoro and ALBER, you really want to try and bring, like, one of them as a friend captain. So, ALBER's going to be the play here. However, if you want to run Zoro, I did put together a Nami team. And, like, this one's super janky, but, like, it does run the premise of the stupid combination of Nami, Robin, and Yamato. We're going to heal on stage 2 and remove the Despair with Corazon. And then when we go into the final stage, we can just remove the paralysis with Nami. We don't have to worry about the paralysis orbs. Actually, maybe we do have to worry about the paralysis orbs. I'm not really sure here. We're probably just going to use the Jinbei support here. We'll use the Jinbei support, like this. And then we'll use the Usopp support here, like this. So then that way we can actually just rotate all those shenanigans. You know what? We can actually use Brook. I take it back. We can use the Brook support if you guys want to get real nasty with your damage. You can use the Brook support for chain multiplicative, and then use the Mr. One support. But on stage 2, we're going to use verse Yamato to rotate our orbs there. With Zoro, if you go into the second form of Zoro and you tap with Tandem Orbs, he turns them into Wano. So it's locking them with Jinbei is awesome. We get Tandem Orbs from Corazon as well, which is always nice. But you really just want to make sure that you're at max HP when you move into the final stage with this particular team. To get around the paralysis, Nami covers that. We have a conditional boost with Robin, with conditional boost with Nami. Because we're at full HP, we get the chain boost, we get the base stats, and then we just have Shanks here because we needed an orb booster, and like there's not a lot of free spirit in orb boosters, funny enough. So Shanks was the man to go for. And then we have the attack boost of Zoro as well. So that's the teams. Hopefully they help you guys out. If they do, make sure to go down there, build the like button. Let me know what you guys will be running in the comment section below. If you're new to the channel, hit that big red subscribe button. But most importantly, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world, please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.